If you want to do a short-term rental, here's the requirement. Short-term rental tax loophole if the average rent is less than 7 days. If you material participate 100 hours, that means most likely you have to self-manage. No property managers. If you meet these two rules, this is very simple. The technical rules is much involved, but I'm teaching you from a high level. So these two are most important. You have to spend 100 hours and no one else spend more time than you. That's all you got to meet in every calendar year. Average rent 7 days. Average a guest stays less than 7 days. Throughout the year, 100 hours, material participate. That means you have to do the dirty work. You have to do the cleaning. You have to market for the renter. As long as no one else exceed the 100 hours, which is not hard to do. So the property most likely going to be close to where you live. Although some people I know are able to buy a long distance property, 1,000, 2,000 miles away, and they can still meet the rules because they are very, very creative. And there's a system, process, and procedures available. There are softwares available out there. These days, you have ChatGPT and artificial intelligence. You have internet. You have the resources. You have third-party providers. These days, they come up with some software, with some system where you can remotely do these things far away in meeting the short-term rental tax loophole. It's that simple. So if you're able to do that, oh my gosh, and you don't need to meet any other rules. If you meet this requirement, simply, it's not that hard. A lot of people try to get into it. A lot of people try to qualify for the short-term rental tax loophole. If you qualify, which is very simple, that rental property, and then of course you do cost segregation on top of that, and bonus depreciation and the whole 9 yards. Then you could offset your losses, paper-wise that is, against your W-2 income. And you do not need to meet any other requirement. This is it. That simple. Less than 7 days, 100 hours you spent, material participation, meaning probably no outside property manager going to get involved. They can offset your passive losses against your W-2 income. Huge tax savings. Yes, agree? Yes. So short-term rental is an active business. It's no longer passive real estate. You report on a Schedule C for the most part, as I told you earlier. Here's the process. Short-term rental is a way to reduce taxes from your WCO income without having to qualify as a real estate professional reps, which I will cover this topic next, I believe. It works like this. Save up enough money to down payment. Who knows how much a property will cost to do a short-term rental. But yeah, to me, about risk, okay? Sometimes you have to buy a short-term rental for like $500,000 or $1 million. And then do you have 25% down payment to pay it? It's not cheap to buy a short-term rental. I'd rather buy long-term rental property, manage it with a third-party private manager, so you can buy cheap properties, $100,000, $150,000, $200,000. Buy multiple small rental properties for long-term rental. That's my personal only. But whatever, there are many other ways to invest in real estate, and you probably do it your way. I'm fine. So if you save enough money to use for a down payment to buy a short-term rental, then you do an Airbnb or verbal. You do less than 7 days. You material participation, self-management. You do a cost segregation, resulting in large depreciation deduction. Then you use the losses from step 5, which is right here, to offset against your W-2 income. That's the key. And in fact, one of the best Airbnb markets out there are rural. As you can see, growth in small city rural markets highlight the investment potential. So these days, which I wholeheartedly agree, the best places to buy income property, whether for long-term rental purposes or short-term or medium-term, is right here. The graph does not lie. You buy in a small city, rural area. That is the growth for the future. Doesn't matter. STR, NTR stands for mid to mental, or LTR, long to mental. When I say STR, Airbnb, MTR, mid to mental, longer than 30 days, less than 120 days. TR, medium term rental is up and coming as a class. So just keep that in mind. And if you want more information, be a part of my newsletter membership. You learn more about that, or use my YouTube channel